we do welcome you to the C&C Auto Show. I am here with co-host Jamie Bridges.
Yes, good morning.
And David Clark.
Yes, sir.
And we are ready to have some fun. A little unusual show today. We had planned to be at the Cars and Coffee event, which is not very far from here where we're at. And I'll mention that in just a second. But rain changed everything.
It does.
Yeah, it turned out it was going to rain a little bit. So they canceled the Cars and Coffee event that was supposed to be held at the Judicial Center on Walton Way here in Augusta, Georgia. And so now we had a problem because our studio is completely torn apart. We're remodeling the studio. And we got a lot of stuff on order, and we ripped all the wires out, so it would have been very difficult to get it all back together. So what we did was just pulled our remote trailer into the middle of the C&C Automotive downtown location, and we got everything set up here. So we are actually doing a show here between lift racks. We got a toolbox behind us, and we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Mason didn't set the arm up underneath your chair to lift you up.
That's what I was thinking. That would have been a
What a
good
missed
thing.
opportunity. You got some zip ties in the trailer? We'll just fasten them to the...
Yeah, we
Mason's
could have done some stuff with this lift rack here while we have it. But even though the Cars and Coffee event's canceled, we're still drinking coffee and talking about cars here at the downtown location of C&C Automotive.
I look forward to this every Saturday.
Yeah, same here.
There's always something new going on.
I
that we get to
enjoy
talk
it
about,
also.
so.
Lots of fun, lots of things to do. And we have a special guest coming in, and that is going to be really neat. We have, yes, the Chief of Police at the Grovetown, City of Grovetown, Jamie Kitchens. He'll be coming in, and we look forward to that. And really what I like about him is he gets involved in things in the community. And he loves cars. That's another good thing. So with all that he's going to tell us a little bit about some events that they have coming up and some neat stuff. So I thought that would be good. So we will drink some coffee. And you think we should lay a tip quiz on the table? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You want to do that? Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and do that. All right. A person called Walmart in Atlanta and needed medicine really bad. The Walmart was 6 miles away, but, of course, in Atlanta, bumper to bumper traffic. Can't hardly move. Traffic lights all over the place. Very difficult to get there. But they sent the vehicle out, and they were able to just go past all the cars.
In Atlanta?
Past them all, went right through the red lights, every one of them, and got there in less than 30 minutes.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, through all that traffic. Yeah. How'd they do it? And if you know the answer, give us a call, 800-224-9090. Oh, and I'll mention this. A police officer spotted the vehicle and didn't do anything. Didn't say a word.
Last time that
doing all that.
The last time that probably happened in Atlanta was when Trump got arrested.
Yeah. Okay, so if you do know the answer to our tech tip quiz, you give us a call, and that would be a good thing. And I had a story I wanted to hear from David here. About a week ago, he mentioned to us that a person had called him, and they had asked about getting diminished value on their vehicle. And as it turns out, they started doing some research and found out that the person could not get diminished value on the vehicle because it was in his contract that he couldn't ask for diminished value on his vehicle.
Fine print.
And so David did a few things to check that out. David, fill us in on what happened.
So, I think we talk about it every week, just the importance of understanding your policy and reading through it. So I did talk about this a couple of weeks ago. The customer was denied. We sent in the diminished value. They agreed to it. Then when we tried to challenge it, they came back and said, hey, you're not entitled to that. So what I asked the customer to do was to ask for a copy of the whole policy. Let's read through the fine print. Let's make sure what's there. So what we found was the insurance company had actually only given us the pages that applied to them.
How
About
convenient.
5 pages down the path, there was a thing that said, here is a portion that's for Georgia. And inside of that language, it said, that clause did not apply in Georgia to that policy. So I I took and saved that photo, sent it back to the insurance company, said, "Hey, you need to read your policy." So
The thing that you wrote, you need to look at it again.
So they look at it, they come back, they say, "Oh, you're absolutely right. We owe for this, so we're going to go through it." So the appraiser calls me yesterday, and we settled this thing for $12,700 for the customer. So we went from zero to 6,000, back to zero to finish it out for $12,700.
Heck yeah,
So
that's awesome.
A win for the customer.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think it's super important. The more you read in the news, you start to see about these insurance policies, is just understand what you're signing up for, what's in there. And if you don't understand it, reach out to somebody that can help you understand it, whether it's somebody in my company or with me, or if it's your agent, but get somebody who understands that policy.
So that's what you're recommending, is before you sign a policy, know what's in there, but also just because somebody says that, no, this is not allowed, don't necessarily mean it's not allowed.
Don't always take no.
You need to put your own eyes on it.
Yeah, I mean, understand the insurance company, their main motto is to defend, deny, and delay, right? I mean, that is what it is.
Protect their own assets.
Y'all ready to go to the calls?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's go to Robert. Robert, welcome to the C&C Auto Show, and what can we help you with?
Answer to the tech quiz.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to lay it back out there one more time. Person called Walmart in Atlanta. They needed medicine really bad. The Walmart was 6 miles away, and traffic was bumper to bumper. The delivery vehicle did not stop for any of the traffic, went through the traffic lights, and was off the road most of the time. And they got the medicine there in less than 30 minutes. I hear a blinker going, do you? What is that?
Robert's got stuff to do today. He's not sitting at the house listening. He's traveling and listening.
Yeah, I got ADT and something like that. Okay, Robert, all eyes are on you and whatever sound you're making. What is the answer to today's Tech Tip quiz?
They delivered it with a drone.
Oh, a drone? Is that possible?
Clever.
Well, let me see here. Oh, they're going crazy. They are going crazy. Robert, you're right, and you're going to be wearing one of these beautiful shirts that says on the back, "I answered the Tech Tip quiz."
Big Rob.
Yeah, you'll get total respect everywhere you go, Robert. Certain Walmarts now have drone delivery. Now, what we talked about one day might happen is happening. Walmart now has drone delivery. Now, it's in many states. It's in, let's see, it's in Atlanta, it's in Miami, it's in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Major metropolitan.
Yeah, major cities right now, and that's where really it means the most because you got so much traffic in those areas. They'll fly about a 6-mile radius of a store. They avoid traffic, stop signs, pedestrians, and the delivery time is around 30 minutes. It's a neat-looking little drone. It flies over, and then at about 150 feet, a little package box comes out and lowers it to the ground, breaks it loose. It holds about 2.5 pounds, which is plenty for medicine. Some people's ordering rotisserie chicken on these things. Yeah, you can order your chicken and it comes up. Robert,
going down the interstate.
Man, this is a pretty big day for you.
On you.
and we want to tell you congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to put you on hold so you can go in there to the producers, and they'll set it up for you to get a retina scan and a lot of other things so that we'll be able to identify you. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, the number to call is 800-224-9090.
If you want to know of a great thing that Aaron did for his shop here in downtown Augusta, is he put an air conditioner in it.
Yes, we did.
That is unheard of down here.
These technicians are going to love you in the summertime when it's over 100 degrees.
35,000 square feet of cool air.
Woo.
Now,
I would hate to see that bill at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it yet, but I'm going to hate to see it too. Hey, last week, Tyler asked me why technicians always take connections loose and blow into them. You ever see people do that? Almost computer people do it.
Like,
Automotive, you always got to disconnect it, and if it didn't work before, you blow on it.
Well, that's what we used to do with old Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
You blow the game
Got to
out.
blow on.
and then it would work.
Yeah, he was asking, was that a myth? And I said, no, I don't really think it's a myth because actually connectors work on such low voltage, like
Yeah.
computers, such a low voltage till actually all it takes is just a slight bit of dust or just a little bit of film on
Crud.
there,
Yeah.
and boom, it won't work.
Yeah.
So actually taking it apart and blowing on it and putting it back together a lot of times work, but that is more of a temporary solution. What we always like to do is we like to use an electrical cleaner. If you take a connector loose, put an electrical cleaner in there, and of course what we use is the CRC QD electrical cleaner.
Yeah, that stuff is awesome.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a, and the QD stands for quick dry, and it's I like it because it dries really fast, like in QD, but also it don't leave any kind of film. It just completely evaporates, and you stick it back together. So we use it on almost any connector that we disconnect, and that way we don't have that cuts down on comebacks.
Well, I mean,
people,
so that's the same guy we talked to last week, right?
Yeah.
That we had called
yes,
in.
we did. Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
I mean,
CRC, yes.
you want to talk about something that was just mind blowing to me is I didn't even think about that. You know, when you think about it in collision, I mean, we'll have cars apart for weeks at a time, right?
Yeah.
And we've got all those connectors exposed. A lot of times they'll take them and wrap them in tape and just try and protect the inside of it. But one great step for shops to take just to make sure they don't have that failure at the end, because I know being in the shop, I'd send a lot of stuff over here to Aaron. I'd say, Aaron, it's not working. I can't figure it out. And then Aaron called me up. He said, well, you got this connector problem. And it was normally something that we could have prevented, and we
Yeah.
just looked through it. And so I think that the CRC.
And those are
thing
hard
was-
problems to find because they will be connected.
Oh, yeah.
They'll look completely normal, but the low
It's not
voltage is
making
not
contact,
passing through
yeah.
there.
Yeah, we had the Dodge that one time that was hitting the rear.
I
You
remember
that.
that,
one
yeah.
we worked through. Man.
Yep,
Yeah. So
I remember that one. Okay, next item we'll mention. Get this now. Gemini is coming to GM cars with Android Automotive, officially known as Google built-in. And specifically, Gemini will soon roll out to the year models from 2022 and newer. And that'll be Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC vehicles. And GM says there's approximately 4 million vehicles in the U.S. eligible for the update. So you remember the old shows to where the person used to have a conversation with their car? What was that?
Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Knight Rider, yeah. I mean, the car would actually talk to them. And of course, many of us now, I know I do this, have conversations with ChatGPT and or Gemini or whichever one you plan to use. As a matter of fact, I got it to do a forensics weather forecast for me for this morning. This was before they canceled it, and it asked for the address of the car show and exactly where we would be parked and all this other stuff. And we carried on a conversation about this. Yeah, we did. It was pretty
You
wild.
press the steer wheel button. Good morning, Canyon.
Yes.
Oh, I was talking to Aaron yesterday. I said, hey, man, are we going to be outside? I mean, it looks like it's going to rain all day. He's like, oh, absolutely not. I talked to my AI, and it told me that this was going to happen. I was like, what?
AI
Yeah.
was hopeful, apparently, yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Ready to go to the calls?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's go over to Rich and Sardis. Hello, Rich. Welcome to the C&C Auto Show.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good.
Yes.
I had a question, a comment, and a question about the electrical connections. I heard what you said about cleaning them off,
Mm-hmm.
and I want your opinion on what I do. Just about every connection I have under my car, coil packs, headlights, relays, you name it, I put just a very light dab of dielectric grease and then reconnect it. Is that still a good idea?
Great point. Yes, absolutely. Excellent point, because that keeps the moisture out. And, of course, you keep moisture out and you keep corrosion out.
Yep.
So, yes, excellent point. And really, I should have mentioned that one. So
Yeah,
yes, good shot.
CRC makes one of those too, in a
They-
little convenient squeezy tube.
Yes, and no doubt CRC is the way to go with
Squeezy.
that also.
Why are you
A
being
little
with it?
squeezy
Squeezy.
tube.
It's a squeezy
There is
tube.
never.
Rich, you want to get a squeezy tube.
You need to look that up. You need to look up CRC squeezy tube.
I'm pretty sure that's in their catalog.
I'm almost afraid to look that up.
Aw.
There is
I
never.
have a 4-ounce. I have a 4-ounce tube of grease, and I bought these precision syringes that you can put the grease in, and real precise in your application.
Oh,
So that's what I
awesome.
do.
Yeah, excellent point. I love that, and that's what the show's all about.
right, guys.
Bring these ideas on out there.
CRC's
Great show. Thank you all.
Squeezy tube.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate the call and the tip.
All right, so the one that I had in mind, so they make one that's about, it's a little bit smaller than a caulk tube, and it's got its own little lever on it, and I don't know, squeezy just came out.
So
Don't you
that's what
just
the squeezy tube looks like.
In my mind, because we use it in such a high volume that
If you go through the body shop or you go through a mechanical shop, there is no way that we call everything exactly by the name. You just come up with these different slang terms of what it is.
Yeah.
I need the squeezy tube over here.
See, there you go.
If you say that, like everybody would know exactly what to go run
Yeah.
to, like inside the shop.
Yeah, and when somebody comes in and their traction light's on, you don't say traction. You say the little squiggly lines.
The squiggly
It
line.
is.
Yeah,
the squiggly light
the
on.
squiggly lines on. The squiggly line lights on my dash. We do have a special guest. We have the City of Grovetown Chief of Police, Jamie Kitchens, and Jamie has been on the show before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we had a great time. And if I remember right, the last time that you were on the show with us, we were at a car show that had to do with something that you helped work with.
That's right. Yes, sir. We were out at the PBA car show, the Back the Badge car show that we have every year out at the Columbia County Fairgrounds. So yeah, y'all came out, and I think you've done it a couple of years. Come out and set up and broadcast, and we're grateful for that. Y'all come out, and it draws attention, and people like to look over there. And I think y'all grabbed some folks from out of the crowd and put them on the radio for the first time. And so
We had a great time.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you what I enjoy seeing out there. They were awesome. Those Interceptors. The cars were beautiful. They had a lot of beautiful cars. But I love
Aaron's
looking at
over there
all
looking.
those Interceptors. They got such all the technology.
Oh, yes, sir.
They're
Yeah.
making those things.
And the blinky lights.
And
Yeah.
and the blinky lights. Yeah.
They absolutely intimidate you just looking at one.
Well, it's hard to the Georgia State Patrol always sets the bar so high. They'll bring out a Challenger, or then next year they bring out a Camaro, and then they bring out the Mustangs.
Yeah,
Like, good
yeah.
grief, man!
I seen one of the Mustangs the other day.
Oh,
They
yes,
look
sir.
good.
Let me tell you something. If I was a younger man, that would be enough to make me say, I think I might be able to go to the State Patrol. So,
But even the Explorers, when you look at one at night with the lights, it's like a light show when
Yes, sir.
they light
Yes,
that
sir.
bad boy up.
yes, sir.
It's beautiful.
Come a long way, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You have another car show coming up, is that right?
We do, yes, sir. Saturday, May 16th, we'll be back up at the fairgrounds with the again the PBA Back to Badge show, and we're hoping to be able to continue the success that we've had. It's been a very worthwhile venture for us. Obviously, as you know, 100% of the proceeds that we raise go straight to the Police Benevolent Foundation, and that is the charitable arm, if you will, of the Police Benevolent Association. And so,
And I was going to ask you about that also. What do they do? What is that
yes, sir.
organization about?
So the funds that we raise that go to the Police Benevolent Foundation, those go to members of the PBA. If you have unfortunately, if you have a line of duty death, the PBF will. On the night or the day, whatever the case may be, they will bring a check for that member's their yearly salary that comes to the whoever their beneficiary is.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately that helps with the offset of dealing with funeral costs. Because you always have these upfront costs. But they also have scholarships for both the member may be alive, their children have a scholarship, but certainly scholarships for a member that has passed. And then they offer various seminars for PTSD and suicide prevention and that, multiple times a year. And so all of these funds that we raise go to support that.
Now, is that like a national type organization, or is it more of a
So
local?
police benevolent. So we belong to what's called the Southern States. So it's broken up, obviously, but we're the Southern States Police Benevolent Association.
So if you go to that car show, not only are you getting to see a lot of beautiful cars, and I've been there, I know that it's a beautiful car show, but you're also supporting something really big that'll help officers that have unfortunately been through some terrible type ordeals.
Right. That's exactly right. Yes,
okay.
Sir. Yep.
Well, that is great. All right. Now, one of the reasons that we like to bring people on and talk about car shows, even though that some of the people listening, many of the people listening, would not be able to attend because it would be too far away to be able to drive here.
Right.
Because we're playing in different states.
Yes, sir.
So with that, we want to make sure that people know that there's car shows going on all over the place.
That's correct.
I mean, and of course you could just Google car shows,
Yes, sir.
use chat and find a car show near you. But this is a beautiful time of year for car shows.
Absolutely, it is. Of course, we always, as with today, you're always running the chance of, man, what's that forecast going to say? And so we start looking out, about a week and a half out, and because I guess it's kind of like NASA. You start looking for a window. You know what I mean? You're like, man, are we going to be able to get this thing, or do we need to start backing up and punting? So hopefully, fingers crossed, and I think any one of us here, no offense to meteorologists, but any one of us here could probably be a good meteorologist because
guess.
So
they're always right. That's what I tell people. I mean, when you say something, when they ask, is it going to rain?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
if you say there is a 60% chance of rain, how could you be wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to say you're wrong?
Well, I can tell you this. If you tell folks coming to a car show that there's a 60% chance of rain, there's a 100% chance that they're probably not going to show up. So, we look at that, and then, of course, there's a lot of logistics involved in trying to, sometimes you just have to say, you know what, we're going to have to push it, or sometimes you just have to say, hey, we tried. So, fingers crossed. The forecast looks good right now, so we'll keep. Of course, I'm glad for this rain like everybody else is. So,
but I'm gonna tell you that last year. Now this is if I remember right, it was brutal hot.
Yes,
it was brutal, wasn't it?
Hot.
I think I remember that. It was a hot day.
Facing the sun.
Yeah. So I left, and I actually left and went to Home Depot and bought two of the big floor fans, the big round ones. And I got back. We went to set it up, and somebody comes over and says, "Hey, man, this fan isn't coming on." I said, "What?" So I guess in shipment somewhere, it had been damaged, and the blades wouldn't turn. So I backed to Home Depot again. But I mean, man, it was hot. You're right when you say what you say.
Well, Jay, I was hoping to talk to you a little bit about some other items. Now, of course, we also want to mention a little bit about the swap meet coming up.
Yes,
but
sir.
I was one of the things I was going to ask you. This is something that's always interesting. What's some of the reasons why you think the best part of a person being a police officer? What's some of the good things that you feel like that many officers like? And I would lean toward being able to help people as on up there near the top.
And I would say, and I'll just use myself as an example. Law enforcement was a calling for me, and it took me a while to realize that. But once you embrace that, I guess, I was not a legacy law enforcement member. I wasn't following anybody's footsteps. My father was an electrician. My mother was a bookkeeper. So. But certainly the helping, I think human nature, you draw an inherent sense of satisfaction when you know or that you've helped somebody, that you've genuinely helped somebody. And sometimes helping somebody on the outside, what law enforcement does, they might not see that as helping, but depending on what the situation is, but I think by and large, folks that are in law enforcement are genuinely have a heart to help people. Now, I would not sit here for 1 second and say that there are not folks in law enforcement that do not need to be in law enforcement. And you know, but that is inherent upon us to flush those folks out. And so, but by and large, I would say the vast majority of folks in law enforcement are here to help. It is oftentimes, and I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but it is oftentimes a thankless job. It really is.
Yeah,
But,
I could imagine.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been pretty fortunate. Most every officer I've ever had contact with, and I've had my share of tickets, but every single one of them I deserved.
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Matter of fact, they pull me over and they say, "Do you know how fast you're scoring?" I say, "No, I had no idea."
What's my high score?
That's right.
That must run in your family, Aaron, because we were at a baseball game the other night, and Amanda sends out to our group text that that Ryder and his dad are getting pulled over. So
Yeah.
So.
We do. We get our share. We do.
Well-
But that would be the part that I would enjoy also. Now, of course, helping people, I would like that. But being able to drive fast legally, now that would be a lot of fun.
With
Yeah,
the
well-
blinky lights.
Yeah, that has its moments too. Let me tell you. You know, now I would be remiss, and I'm sure there's a lot of folks listening here saying, "Man, I know he's not trying to paint himself out to be." I was a. I'll tell you this: as a police chief, I'm glad that I don't have to manage too many folks that were like Jamie Kitchens, the
Yeah.
brand new
younger.
deputy. Okay, but you know, with that, you learn a lot, and it certainly made me a better person and a better police officer for it.
Usually, if you love cars, you kind of you enjoy
Absolutely.
going fast. Before we went to a break, I was asking Jamie about things having to do with a high-speed pursuit because I see these videos and the officers always seem calm as they're talking, but I said there's no way that they can do that and not have a flood of emotions going through
Yeah.
there. And Jamie was telling us just a few things during the break about what goes through their mind. Jamie, what is a officer thinking about when they realize that they're going to be or in a high-speed pursuit and going at very high speeds, sometimes through traffic and sometimes around traffic lights? What are they thinking about?
The first thing that officers generally should be thinking about, or are thinking about, I should say, is the need to apprehend this person greater than the need that it poses at the time. You know what I mean? So if you're behind somebody and they've got, you know, an expired tag or something like that, you know, if you know it's the tag and you know the tag belongs to the car, is the I hate to call it a risk reward, you know what I mean? But is
Yeah,
it
I
worth
can
it?
understand
You know,
that.
especially nowadays with the technology that we have nowadays, and you know, obviously the technology is better now, but we've had this technology forever that you could. We can find this person.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
You get a tag number and a vehicle description. You
correct.
can get 'em.
Right. So, but if you're talking about somebody that's just robbed a bank, you're talking about somebody that's just committed an aggravated assault, or whatever the case may be. Well, now you know the that's a game changer. So when you talk about the what an officer is going through, there's a lot of emotions. First is obviously the stopping this individual, especially if you already have prior knowledge that they've done something, it would stand to reason that that's not going to suddenly change. Yes, then you have to factor in, you have the motoring public that's driving around and they're just going from A to B, and and here comes the police.
So
rip-roaring
safety
through.
is
Sure,
one of the first
absolutely.
things that
So
pops in your mind.
Safety should be the absolute first thing. But then you have inevitably in law enforcement the litigation side, you know what I mean, comes into it, and you're like, man, I'm fixing to lose my job, or I'm going to be sued into oblivion or whatever else the case may be. And
Don't wreck this car.
don't wreck this car because the chief just told me, we're going back to Crown Vics. Actually, you're going back to Crown Vics. Everybody else will be driving a new car. So, yeah, there's a lot of emotions, and I tell people when I teach this in the academy, watching Sheriff John Bonnell, you know what I mean? Everybody'd sit on the edge of the couch when it was the world's wildest police chases. And that's all fine and well, but you aren't living in, that's 2D. You're not living in the 4D of what it's like to be inside that car.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole host of emotions that take place, I promise you. And obviously, you're wanting to do your job and apprehend this person and make society a better place and protect folks. But at the same time, you're on the fine line of trying to do this potentially is going to cause more damage.
Debbie, I'll mention something that that happened with me, and I just can't help but think that you would have almost that same feeling. I used to fly airplanes, and one time I was playing out near Clark Hill, and that some way or another I got that thing into a spin.
Oh Lord!
And I did, yeah, and it was zoom, zoom, zoom. And I got it. I'd been trained on what to do if it went into a spin, and I pulled it out. But I still remember my whole way back to Daniel, my right leg, it went quit shaking
I'm telling you
just the
something.
whole time.
Adrenaline,
It was just shaking, and I couldn't control the
Yeah,
shake, but I stayed calm. But my
Yeah.
leg was shaking.
From 3,000 feet or so, you got a lot to think about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Between
Well,
that,
I think about
So-
the same thing if I'm going that fast on what
Right.
some of these officers are doing. I mean,
Yes,
they're calm, but and they look very professional when you see that.
Right.
But you have to have those
Sure.
feelings
Well, you can only control what you
of
can control.
anxiety.
Well, you've got anxiety, and again, going back to what I teach people in the academy, the moment that you get into a pursuit is not the time to remember you've been ignoring that nail that's been in your tire for a week because
Yeah.
you don't want to turn your car in for service and know that they're going to keep it for 5 days. So there's a lot of things that I was telling you about. Things that people don't brake fade. You know what I mean? Things like that's very real. You know what I mean?
Y'all ready to go to the calls?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's get a phone call here. Let's go to Bert in Toledo. Bert, welcome to the C&C Auto Show.
Chief Kitchen, nice to talk to you today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And you're still lobbying for the police officers to be on the state employment system.
Well, to try and get one, yes, sir, absolutely. Mhm. You're
That's
talking about a
great.
retirement. You're talking about
And,
a state retirement.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And that's a good cause, and y'all should be. You put your life on the line every day. And something else I wanted to ask you: what about using these car cams to record video and everything? What do you think about that? How efficient is that, especially if you have a wreck or something? I know you probably have had
Are you talking about
familiarity with it, and
you talking about traffic cameras like at intersections or
no, in your car when you're going down the road.
dash cams, absolutely, yes, sir.
Yes, dash cams.
And Bert, I want to mention something that we got going on today. David Clark over here, sitting next to Jamie, he's got his Meta glasses sitting next to him. Those things are amazing. I put those on, and he said, "Take a picture." And I said, "Meta, take a picture." Boom! It took a picture, and it said. I said, "Take a video," and I walked over to a car and I looked all under the hood and did this and did that, and come back and the video was there. They're really pretty amazing. So it might be a period of time for the officers, instead of having a regular camera, they may have some Meta glasses on.
There's some cameras out there actually that sometimes you'll see an officer and it'll have a small one. They've been out for a while. They're not nearly as sleek as the Meta glasses is. But going back to your question about the cameras inside the cars, that's huge for a lot of things. Most of those systems in the cars, they are what a lot of folks don't know is they're constantly recording. Now, once you turn your lights on or whatever, then it starts saving it to the hard drive in the car. But the moment that you turn the switch on, it will go back and save 30 seconds prior to that. So that is huge. In you use or you asked about accidents. So, let's say an officer's in an accident. Once an accident's happened, obviously, hopefully they're going to be able to turn the lights on to be able to, or most cars have inertia switches in them too that upon impact it will go back and start recording, and it will save from 30 seconds prior to. But I'm a huge proponent for any kind of camera, and I say that, and and I mean that because one. I think that I believe our citizens, if they're going to put their trust in us, then we should be transparent with them. But furthermore, I have been able to how can I say this? 98% of the complaints that we have against officers have been disproven by the body camera footage or any other footage.
Also, something special about him, he loves cars. He has some very neat cars. Corvette.
Yeah, got Corvette, got a Buick T-Type, 87 Buick T-Type, and I've got an old crew cab, 74 that we affectionately call Gus, square body. That's looks like it's been hit everywhere but the ashtray.
Yeah.
And but we've enjoyed building on that. We've put a modern drive line and all that in it. So yeah, it's I enjoy it. I don't know how much my wife enjoys it when she comes out there every month and says, "Listen, you've bought the last part that you're going to buy," and I'm praying that the UPS truck doesn't pull up while she's standing there, you know.
Yeah.
But
So we're here. We're here at the downtown location of C&C Automotive. We had planned to go to Cars and Coffee, which was a few blocks away. Rain got in the way, and so we didn't have anywhere to go because they're rebuilding the studio. We're doing a big remodel project up there. Got a lot of nice stuff ordered that's going to be a lot of fun. And because of that, we really were stuck. So we pulled the trailer inside C&C Automotive, and we are now doing a remote with lift racks on each side of us and a toolbox behind us. And
10 millimeter socket.
yeah, 10 millimeter sockets
The
here.
lost one, the one that got away.
Yeah. So we are drinking coffee, talking about cars here at C&C Automotive with the remote trailer. And I'm going to mention one other thing we got going on here. We have David Clark here with his Meta glasses, and he is actually recording the show as we're talking here with his glasses.
I'm recording while we're recording.
Yeah, while we're recording. That's pretty deep right there.
Yeah.
That sounds like some kind of phrase that Jamie would come up with. I mean, she comes up with like buck wild and squeezy tube and all this other stuff that she comes up with.
There's her A1 descriptive terms.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. So we really need to lay another tech tip quiz out on the table because we did get an answer during the last hour to our tech tip quiz. So I would this is short and sweet. What vehicle is called the Beast? And if you know the answer, give us a call, 800-224-9090. What vehicle is called the Beast?
You got everybody on their phone using AI
Yeah,
to
they'll
look this
come
up
up.
right
Yeah,
now.
they'll pop into that one with any problem at all.
I think I drove that when I was in high school. I think that's what I called it.
The Beast.
Yeah.
All right, we talking about different topics, and this I thought was a pretty interesting topic right here. Illinois wants to test replacing gas tax with mileage-based road usage. It seems that that because of the EVs and vehicles getting better gas mileage and all this other stuff, they're not making as much money on gas. So they have decided that this might be a route that they could go with, is just charging by the mile. If you, at the end of the year, you have to report your mileage. Now, there's some issues that come along with this.
Are you self-reporting your mileage?
Well, some are saying self-report, but some are saying they have to track you with a GPS on where you go before you can do that. So this gets a little tricky in there. What do you think, Jamie?
No, you're going to have to hire somebody to go around and check mileage or have mileage check stations or something. You go in once a year or whatever. Otherwise, if you self-report your mileage, I only drove 30 miles this year. I mean, that's just not, it was, I guess, with the best intentions, but logistically.
I'm not all about somebody tracking my every move.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
tricky
going.
part.
I mean,
And they realize that.
where's the
They
privacy?
know.
Right? I mean, we're getting tracked enough that we don't know
Yeah.
about, right?
Yeah, well, that's
I
the
mean,
phone in your
that's
pocket.
the reality.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're going to tax me to track me now?
Well, see,
Yeah.
those glasses, high probability. I mean,
somebody is.
I don't know where they're
monitoring.
made, but if they were made in China, there's some guy in China watching the show right now, watching us.
Hey, that's right. We are worldwide now.
International.
Jamie, what do you think?
Oh, well, I would say as the representative of I guess the government sitting at the table.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely not. That's
Yeah.
no, we don't need anybody tracking us or our mileage or where we're going or anything. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Keep taxing at the pump. If somebody wants to go and buy an EV vehicle, good for them. If
Yeah.
they want to drive what I drive and you don't pass a gas station that you don't like, then so be it. But no, I would not sign on for that. And I'm glad that's would you say Illinois? I'm glad that's somewhere up
Now
there.
there's another bill. The other one is SB 3566. It offers EV owners a choice right now of whether to pay $320 annually or 1.5 cents per mile, and they cap it at $320 though. If you're doing that, that's probably more reasonable. But of course, that cuts into the savings that a lot of people make as they're doing it. So
Well, my other thing to that too would be show me where you're fixing the roads. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We just talked about doing the power tour coming up in several forums that I'm on, and people are like, "Hey man, don't bring no rims that you care about, because some of this route we're taking, they ain't paved these roads in forever." So, not to throw shade, but Illinois is where it's starting at. So, show me where whatever you're collecting from me is going to fix what you say it's going to fix.
Yeah.
So,
ready to go to the calls?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Let's go over to Sean. Sean, welcome to the C&C Auto Show, and what can we help you with today?
I was calling to answer the tech tick quiz.
Say that 3 times.
Tech tip quiz. Put me on stage.
Come on now, that's not 3 times.
We got the point.
All right, okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna. I think the question was just short and sweet. What vehicle do they call the Beast? I don't know if we can put you on stage or not. I'm gonna have to check with the remote trailer operator. Yeah, we were able to pop you up on stage, and so now all eyes are on you for the answer to our tech tip quiz. And what is the answer?
Okay, and for the record, I did not Google this. But
Oh, you didn't. You already knew it.
limousine?
Oh, Gemini
Isn't that the
then.
bulletproof limousine?
Which one now? What was it?
Is that the president's limousine?
The
Don't they call that the
president's-
beast?
Let me think about that one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a limo that the president of the U.S. rides in along with a fortress. The Beast is a custom Cadillac built by General Motors like a luxury sedan, but underneath it's more like a tank. We're talking armor up to several inches thick, bulletproof glass, and the doors as heavy as a Boeing 757 cabin door. Woo! Run flat tires, reinforced with steel, and so even if they're blown out, the car keeps moving. And the cabin is completely sealed, protecting the president from chemical or biological threats, and it's also a command center. It has a secure communications that connect directly to the Pentagon, meaning the president can run the country from the back seat. And Sean, you are absolutely right. You are the winner of the all-new Tech Tip Quiz T-shirt. They arrived recently in a vehicle built very much like the Beast. They dropped them off, and we did catch a person trying to tunnel in to get to those.
But you know the one thing that the one thing that I noticed they negated on that description, and this is a key question. Does it have active fuel management? I mean, did it cut out? Did we go from 8 to 4?
Well, that active fuel management, really, most of the engines, GM engines, would do reasonably good if it wasn't for that.
Right.
But they make a little thing you just plug into your ALDL that'll disable all that stuff.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that's going to be out the window pretty soon anyway, because a lot of those laws, say, relaxed a lot of that stuff on what you're having to do.
Yeah.
But, Sean, they didn't relax you at all, man. You are a winner, and you, like Jamie would say, you done gone buck wild.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to turn you over to
like it's
Anna.
one step up from my 2005 Cadillac DeVille in my driveway. So just one step up from my personal ride.
That'll work. Well, I'm going to turn you over to Anna in there, and we appreciate you giving us a call. Appreciate you answering our tech tip quiz. David sent me an article early this morning. We all love cars, so we send each other articles from time to time, and David tells us a lot of things that's going on in his business, and Jamie does the same thing. And now we got Jamie able to tell us a lot of the things that he does. But on this particular one, it's something I really didn't think it would that it had gotten like this. But it seems that 3 in 10 consumers are underwater on their car loans, according to the report. And of course, underwater means that you owe more on the car loan than you're going to get for the car. So if you go to trade it in, what you're getting for the car is not going to pay off your loan. So that creates a problem for a lot of people. And I guess I thought it might be nice if we all talked about ways that people can prevent that from happening, and what happens if you are underwater on a loan. Jamie, what do you think?
I mean, we talk about David and the insurance all the time, so no, don't do that.
Well, I mean, David, correct me if I'm wrong here. Let's say that someone has comprehensive insurance on their vehicle. Everything's good. All right, but they owe more on the car than the car's going to be worth, and the vehicle gets totaled. Do they pay more because you owe more?
No,
that's what I was
not.
thinking.
So I mean,
so you'll lose money still.
That was kind of where I saw that article this morning, and it kind of sprung to my mind, and I started thinking about it because I do conversations every day with people that have a total loss. I'm dealing with one right now on a lady, and she's got an older model Cadillac. She told me, she said, I had bad credit when I got the car. So I had this high interest rate, and now they're telling me the car is worth this. And, hey, the insurance company definitely undervalued this thing. So we're in an appraisal clause dispute with this car right now, and I think, we'll probably come ahead another $6,000 or $7,000 for is what I'm feeling, like we'll be there. But that'll get her out of her loan at that point and give her a little bit to go put a down payment on. But she told me she had to put $10,000 down in order to get this car because she had bad credit. And now she's looking to potentially be upside down in it. So, I'm able to help people kind of navigate through that. But, I thought this was coming back in 2020 when COVID hit. And everybody was so, like, I'm going to go buy cars for over sticker price. And I was watching all these folks buy all these bad deals.
Yeah.
And I knew eventually it would scratch the surface.
Yeah,
and I think we're
back.
just now starting to see it.
The pendulum always swings.
It does.
So.
What pops into my head when we discuss something like this is, let's say if somebody goes out and just using round numbers, somebody paid $100,000 for a Ford F-150 Lightning.
Yeah.
Electric vehicle. Okay, so they bought it. They find out that they just didn't like it. They still owe the money. They still owe, let's say they paid $10,000 down. They still owe $90,000 on the vehicle. Well, 2 years later, that car it bottomed out. It's going to be worth probably $40,000, $50,000. And if they quit making them, it's going to be worth less than that.
Yeah.
Which I think they may have went ahead and stopped making them. So the car tanked. I mean, boom, it's out. So if that car was to get totaled, or if you just decided you wanted something different, you're gonna lose a lot of money on that vehicle.
Like it's actual cash value is what they pay you on the car, unless you have an agreed value for the vehicle in your policy. But so when we look at actual cash value, it's going and finding actual comps that I can justify that, hey, this is what the car's worth.
Or Cybertruck would be an example.
I've actually got a diminished value claim on a Cybertruck.
Oh, you did?
Right now.
No.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited about that.
How did you do that?
He called me. He said, hey, somebody hit me in my Cybertruck, and he's got it on video, and he got it fixed, and then turned around, all of a sudden somebody hit him again. So,
Good.
It's just got a bullseye on it because it's so ugly.
Well, I'm not telling him it's ugly. Like, I'm glad he called me. Like, hey, I'm glad to help you.
I'll tell
Now
him.
he knows. He was listening, and you called his truck ugly.
They are ugly. Ugh.
So I think you just need to look at what you're buying, look at what's in the market, understand what you can financially,
Think ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if you're going to drive one for 10, 12, 15 years,
Yeah.
it really don't matter that it's going to depreciate. But
Right.
if you plan to keep that car a certain, like 3, 4, 5 years, you need to, when you're purchasing the car, look ahead and say, what will this car be worth in 5 years? Does it depreciate quickly? Is it slowly? And that, along with the reliability studies and all the other things that go along with it, because you don't want to finance a car for 8 years and then find out that it's going to start falling apart in 4 years.
Right.
Which is kind of rare now. Most cars are built pretty good unless you get into some of those EV models, and then you can run into some electrical issues. And we are ready to go to the calls.
We are. We do have calls in
Let's
there.
do it. And we will go to Alan. Alan, welcome to the C&C Auto Show. What can we help you with?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your program. Hey, I've got a 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe, and when I start it up for the first time each day, it'll run rough, sometimes really rough, for just a little while, and then it'll smooth out and it'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can drive it multiple times during the day, and it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the next day, when I start it up, it'll be rough again.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
How many miles you got on that one?
71,000.
71? Okay. Yeah. I can tell you by far the most common thing we run into that causes that problem on that model has to do with carbon buildup. Cars still build up carbon just like they did back in the 60s, back when I used to, my grandmother would call me, and I used to love, well, actually, this was more in the 70s when she would call and ask me to do this. But she would say, hey, would you come by? My car is running bad. Can you take it down the expressway? And so I'd take it out, and I'd get on I-20, I'd floorboard it.
Blow it out.
Yeah, and you'd see that big old cloud of dust come out. But even back then, even doing that from time to time, you still would have to do valve jobs just to get the carbon out of the engine because it would build up. And the carbon would act like a sponge. When you very first cranked it up and that initial squirt of gas went in there, the carbon would just have to soak that up. And then finally the carbon would get soaked in and it would start to run a lot better. So now, though, you don't have to take them down the expressway and run them 80, 90 miles an hour. Instead, they have an induction service. The one that we use is the BG induction services. It's a chemical that goes into the engine, and you run it through the intake manifold, and it cleans out the intake manifold, cleans out top of the piston, top of the valves, goes out, cleans out the O2 sensor, the catalytic converter, gets all of that carbon out of there. And then we, along with that, a treatment goes inside the gas so that it cleans the injectors themselves through the fuel lines. And then there's another part of it where we clean the throttle body because carbon builds up mint real bad too, and that affects idle. So it sounds like that vehicle, if it hadn't been done, I definitely would, you wouldn't be wasting money no matter what, whether it solved it or not, to do an induction service on the vehicle. And 71, you may be coming up close on being due for your regular maintenance tune-up also. So those kind of can go hand in hand. So I check to see if it's due for a tune-up and have an induction service done. And high probability that it'd take care of it. The reason I tell you that is some people might say, well, have diagnostics done on the vehicle. Well, diagnostics, you're going to spend money. And if it's due for a tune-up, you need it no matter what. You know you're going to need an induction service if it hadn't already been done. So do that, and if it solves the problem, don't worry about the diagnostics. If it don't solve the problem, then you can have things like fuel pressure tested and a lot of other things. So I think that should fix you up, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sounds great. I certainly appreciate your help.
Well, we appreciate the call and have a fantastic day.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to go to another call?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's go over to David. And David, welcome to the C&C Auto Show.
Hello.
Yes. What can we help with?
I heard, I caught the tail end of the conversation about fuel management systems.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the system what GM has where it cuts from 8 to 4 cylinders?
Yeah, active fuel management, and it will kill, the lifters will collapse and make it to where that cylinder will just be a dead hole. They ran into some major issues because when that happens, it causes oiling issue. Now I'm gonna mention to you, a lot of people had a lot of problems with those, but most of those are the ones when they read the owner's manual, it says, yeah, I could go 10,000 miles between oil changes. That don't work. On most people, if they keep their oil changed, good, high quality, full synthetic oil every 5,000 miles, and this is don't affect that part of it, but also doing the other things like coolant system replacement, transmission fluid exchange. Those that take care of their vehicle, we don't see those problems on those like that. So take care of it. But there is a way to deactivate that system to make it to where you wouldn't. And if I had one, I would probably deactivate it myself because I don't want my
how do you do
cylinders.
that, and how much does it cost?
Well, actually, I could give you tell you it's going to cost $800, but actually, it's a little thing you buy online, and you plug it into your AODL. Now you can come in, and I'll charge you $800 to do that, but you can probably do that one yourself. So they do make that little item to plug into it. But research
What do you call it?
AFM delete kit. But now do your research. Don't just take my word for something. Just like David did on those policies. Go ahead and read about it. Watch YouTube videos on it. Get the luck that other people have had with it. Do your research. And if you do that and feel like it would be a good thing for you to do, then do it. And you can just send me the $800.
Well, I'm very diligent with my maintenance. I have a 2019 Corvette, and I change the oil every 3,000 miles.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, is there any downside to doing it?
I don't know of a downside to that. If you got, let's say, 100,000 miles, 150,000 miles, and it's never been done, whatever wear was going to happen is already there. So if something does happen, it would be something that would have happened anyway. But I don't know of any downside to it myself. Jamie, do you know any? David, have you heard? Yeah,
I hadn't heard anything.
Jamie, I don't know of a downside. All it's doing is just not killing the cylinders anymore. And now maybe if we have a caller or a listener out there that if they've had any problems with that they've used it, give us a call, give us some feedback. But no, I can't think of anything that would have a negative deal on.
Can I ask David a question, the collision guy?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely you can. That's why he's here.
David, you got any recommendations on where to take a Corvette for collision and body work?
Where at?
Where?
He's in the Augusta area.
So you're in Augusta? So,
right.
I mean, for me, I would look on the website for GM. They do have certified shops out there that can help you find, because a lot of those Corvettes are specialty. So even with some of the newer Corvettes, there's restrictive parts. But for me, I'm a local guy, so I always like local independent shops. So, I would look around, ask about that. But there's several good local shops here in Augusta. Rick's Paint and Body's a good one. AC Proctor, you hear them on the radio show all the time. We talk about them. Mm-hmm. Headway over on Washington Road. Kelly's over in Aiken. Like there's a ton of good shops.
And you can also give David a call. David, how would he reach you if he needed to call you?
If you need to call me, my number is 803-624-9745. You can call me, text me.
803-624. Repeat that, please.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Start again, please.
Yeah, 803-624-9745.
9745. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, ma'am.
Hey, we appreciate the call.
That's been good information.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, the number to call, 800-224-9090. We'll go over to Justin, and we will get at least an idea what Justin's got going on, but we may have to put him on hold for a little bit shortly. Justin, welcome to the show. What can we help with?
Hey, sir. I'm just calling in to thank Mr. Jamie Kitchens for all he does.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. This is Hey, Justin, you sound a lot different on the radio.
Yeah.
No, I should be thanking you. Justin has been, if y'all have been to the show, Justin and Katie both have been huge supporters of us from day one. And it's tough when you put something on like this, because you go into people and asking them for, any kind of help they can give. And never once have they balked or anything. It's always, what do you need? Tell us what you need. And I can't say enough for them. They are huge supporters of what we do and all around good people. So, and I mean that, not just because I told you I'd pay you $20 if you called in.
Justin, that is awesome. And while we're mentioning that, I do want to go ahead and mention real quickly that their car show that they'll be having will be on May 16th, Columbia County Fairgrounds, and there will also be a swap meet there.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. So
you don't see those very often. You
don't.
can get a 20 by 20 space for about $20,
yes, sir.
and he said you could put a Cummins engine there if you can get it in that space.
If you can take a 379 Peterbilt apart and put it in that space, we don't care. Bring it up there. We just want to see this thing take off.
I thought this was pretty interesting on this, and it may be something that'll help others. It seems that insurance rates are recalculated constantly using data that we never see. I mean, you don't know what that computer is using to determine when and how to recalculate your credit score. Or not your credit score, but your insurance rate.
Recalculate that too. So
It probably is.
Now it uses it does. Now the reason I said credit score is it uses that as part of how to calculate your insurance rates. Now that's kind of weird. It looks at your zip code, crime stats, how many miles you drive, even weather patterns that you might have. If you have a lot of hurricanes and hail and things like that in your area, it might give you higher insurance. So they automatically adjust your premium up.
Well, that's the only way they know to go.
But they never go down.
No, they never go down.
Have you ever had an insurance company? I imagine they do it from time to time, but I've never had it happen. They call and say, "Hey, we did a calculation, and your insurance is actually less than we thought. We're gonna make it. We're gonna lower your rate."
That's like that. That's like that lottery winner. Like there's always that one person that wins. Maybe there's that one person that gets that call, but that never happens.
No, they got to pay for their private jets and everything else.
Well, here's the crazy information. It says that the average American overpays on car insurance by $427 a year.
Oh, yeah.
And most people hadn't shopped their rate in the last 3 years. So if you do that, if you're paying $427 more and you hadn't shopped rates in 3 years, that means you have $1,200 gone, never to return.
Well, I've got a question for you, David.
Here we go.
So and I think this might be an opener for a lot of folks. Have you seen, being in the insurance industry, have you seen states that have gone to the legalization of marijuana? I can't help but think that there would be a correlation there, or at least the insurance industry would say this is a
liability
or hazard.
Yeah.
Certainly an outlier, I would guess.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, and I think about stuff like that all the time. Like here, we I guess those that do smoke the pot and all, I guess they're real nice people. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't
right there is a clue that Aaron didn't do it. Yeah,
I don't want to be working on a car next to a person that might be messing with that because it might not be safe. Say for me, I mean, I might be under this car and saying, "Yeah, put it in gear," and there might be some issues going on with this person, and so I want to be real careful with that. So, but what do you do? I mean, how do you say no? You can't work here because you're doing something that's legal.
That's autonomous driving now. You just get in there.
That's true too.
You get in there and smoke the pot.
Smoke the pot. Yeah, smoke the pot.
That's pretty. That's some pretty deep stuff here. So we done went down a terrible rabbit hole.
We have gone down the hole. Thank you.
We better go to the next call. How about if we go to the next caller? Let's do that. Let's go over to Wayne in Statesboro. Wayne, welcome to the C&C Auto Show.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Doing good. Thank you for saving us.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Y'all sound like you're having a lot of fun.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I got a strange question. I've got an old 1981 CJ8 Jeep Scrambler,
Uh-huh.
and it originally came with the straight six carbureted motor. Well, somebody had put a 1994 out of a Grand Cherokee, a straight six with fuel injection, which I thought was a great idea. But when I was trying to get it started a lot, you just had to keep trying to start it. So I wound up bringing it in, and what they've decided was the pressure wasn't building up, so they added an external fuel pump and put a toggle switch in it. So I turn the toggle switch on. I guess it builds up the pressure enough and start it, and then turn the toggle switch off after it gets going. I just wonder if there's another a little bit more permanent fix that wouldn't cost an arm and a leg.
Well, it's probably going to cost you at least a foot, no matter what you do. So,
Couple toes.
but what you got on there is I always like to look at safety when I'm working with a car, and the reason that the fuel pump is a fuel pump circuit, the wiring circuit is a little bit complex, is because what they want that system to be able to do is if that engine stops running, they want the fuel pump to cut off. Let's say the vehicle's in an accident and a line gets ruptured and the engine cuts off, but the fuel pump continues to run. You got a major fire hazard.
Yeah.
So I'm not wild about wiring up any electric fuel pump other than a factory type setup. Now, if I would have, what I would have recommended to do with that vehicle is just take that, either put a little bit older engine in it, but put something with a carburetor, because they made some great carburetors for those little straight sixes. And you could have put a little Weber on that thing, and it would have been jamming for many years, because that straight six was a great engine, and it just did wonders. With it being fuel injection now, I think it's going to be very tricky to get it back like it should be, other than if you would just about have to buy the computer system that went with that engine to make it work right. And even with that, the wiring harness wouldn't be what it should be. So I don't think you're going to get that one. I don't think there's an easy way to get it back like it should be.
Well, you can buy, there's a lot of places online now that'll make harness kits for engine swaps.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be a good check.
That's probably the route that I would go. I'm with Aaron. It's a toggle switch on a fuel pump is not a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a Jamie Kitchen.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Not long term. I mean,
that's that sounds like came. You sure you didn't bring that thing to me? I might have done that for you.
Yeah, and vehicles are set up to where if they were to roll over, the fuel pump cuts off, and just a whole bunch of other things are built in there.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it sounds like it's just on there as a primer.
And that's a good safety feature. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't have a good answer for you on that, because you're gonna lose some legs there no matter what. so just I believe I would do exactly what Jamie said. Do a lot of research. Just go on the internet. Maybe even find one of the Jeep clubs, because those vehicles they're kind of awesome. I mean, they're worth a lot now. Find some Jeep clubs, join the clubs, and talk to some of the members there and find out if some of them might be able to come up with some good solutions for you.
All right, sounds great. I appreciate y'all's input and the idea of that thing running if I were to get in a wreck or something. Now, it's got me a little bit more concerned now.
Well, if chances are you're not going to get in an accident, but I can't help but think my technical side. Well, David's shaking his head because he sees a lot more accidents than I do. All right. But we do appreciate your call.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, we appreciate y'all now. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that wraps up the show for this week of the C&C Auto Show. Thank you to our co-hosts, Jamie Bridges, David Clark, and Jamie Kitchens. We appreciate you being here with us.
Sir. Thank you for having me.
Man, you've been a great addition to the show this week. We want to say thank you to our show producers. That'll be Mason Rogers, Anna Lopez, and Trip Clark. and they're keeping all the digits flying around inside there real well. And we will see you again next week with a shiny new C&C Auto Show.